Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this evening. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. And we have several people on hold already with questions, so it'll be fun to see what they want to talk about. And before we get to them, a couple of things. I don't know about you guys, but I've been watching all this royal wedding stuff, the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stuff, and it was so funny last night because a lot of the networks are running shows where they're doing behind-the-scenes interviews with the bakers and the uniform makers and all those guys. And so I've been watching it at night, and my husband, Tim, just is not interested. And he said, I don't know how you can watch all this stuff. And I said, honey, it's like during the holidays when it's football season and it's bowl season for all these colleges nobody's ever heard of, and you watch all those football games. This is my equivalent. And he started laughing. He goes, okay, I got it. So I'm not going to be getting up at 3 in the morning to watch this wedding, but I sure as heck am going to be taping it, and then I will watch it when I get up. So I know hopefully some of you are doing the same thing. Hi, I see Jillian, you just joined us, so I'm going to mute you, but I'll come back. And so I think it's really fun to watch all this stuff, and America's loss is the UK's gain with Meghan. I think she's just darling, and I think so is Harry, just as cute as he can be. With that, I wanted to remind everybody that I'm giving away a free session, 1-hour session, private session, valued at $155, and you just have to do these 3 easy things. I feel like a game show host when I say these, but it's easy. Just got to follow me on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan, write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes at Ask Julie Ryan, and subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. And all this information's on my website, and just go to the events page and you'll see it. And then I'm going to announce the winner the first Thursday of every month. So it'll be fun to see who wins this month, because we had a winner last month, and it was so much fun to do it that I thought, well, we'll just continue this and do it monthly. With that, let's go to the phones and see who we've got. And let's see. I believe our first caller is Marianne. Marianne, you with us? Hi there.
I'm with you. Hi, Julie.
How are you?
Well, as I said, we finally got summertime in Toronto, so we're happy.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
terrific.
Yeah,
I know you guys have really gotten smacked with snow this year, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. And cold.
Well, good. So are the flowers blooming? And
yes, they are. And people are out buying flowers and putting them in. So.
That's always a good thing. I did that the other day. I planted all my pots on my porch, on our deck. And the next morning, I got up, and a lot of them were begonias. There was a squirrel sitting in the middle of one of these pots full of begonias eating them. I have never seen a squirrel eat begonias before. And I thought, buddy, you must really be hungry. So I shoot him away, and then he came back the next day, and I shoot him away again. I haven't seen him. So I don't know what was up with that. But anyways, well, you got a question for me?
I do. I would appreciate just a check on the status of it. I went through a second round of antibiotics against strep, so I finished a second round, but I still have some kind of irritation in the ears, and I just wondered if you could check and where you see any inflammation in the body, a medical scan, and
sure.
See what. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So what I'm going to do, everybody, especially those of you who are first-time listeners, is I'm going to raise my vibration level to the level of spirit. We're all spirits in a body having a human experience, and when our spirits are in our bodies, we vibrate at a slower rate just because the body has mass. So I raise my vibrational level. I turn this ability on and off at will. I learned how to do all this stuff, by the way, and you could learn it too. Anybody can learn it. And I'm going to close my eyes, Marianne, and I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to hook into you in Toronto. I'm going to shoot energy from your feet up through the top of your head, and it's going to be like I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI of you. You're going to look like a hologram of you. So here we go. Laser beams head north, really far north from me. Okay, Caillou. Your sinuses are still inflamed. Yeah. So that's what's causing your ear problems. All right, so what that looks like, everybody, is it looks like red fog over her sinuses. And I'm going to get that calmed down because like fog that we drive through, Marianne, you can't see what's behind it because it occludes whatever's behind it. And it's the same thing with this energy fog. So I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy. And it goes across like a mask on your face. It's your upper sinuses and your lower ones on the top of your cheeks that are still all inflamed. I'm not seeing an infection, Marianne, which is a really good thing. Okay. So I think the antibiotics have worked for that, but you still need to heal some. So I'm getting that calmed down. All right, now I'm watching this white energetic cream. I call it a balm, B-A-L-M. And it will soothe tender tissues. So it's being applied to your sinuses, both the upper and lower sinuses. And I'm watching your eustachian tubes. Looks to me like your right ear is worse than your left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm watching, again, it does not look, I do not see an infection in either ear, but I'm watching this like a little corkscrew roto-rooter thing that's just tunneling through the pressure, if you will. I think the pressure is just from irritated tissues. So what can Marianne do to help heal faster? Vitamin C and zinc. We've talked about that.
Yep.
Ester C, 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day, 50 milligrams of zinc. It acts as a boost to the C. It will help with your immune system, helps the body heal really fast. Drink tons of water. Keep your sinuses moist. Don't let them dry out. Okay.
I'm getting an odor all the time, and maybe that's just the clog. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but I have this odor I can smell.
That smells like it's in your sinuses, like an infection?
Yeah, around the head. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what's going on. I'm going to mute you, Darren. I see you just joined us, so I'm going to mute you. So, yeah, I think you've been on enough antibiotics from what I'm seeing right now, because I'm not seeing an infection. Just let your body heal.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So thank you for calling in, and enjoy the flowers and enjoy the great weather up in Toronto.
Okay, every blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. Let's go to our next caller. I believe our next caller is Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
Well, I'm very good.
Good. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from San Clemente, California.
Terrific. What's going on out there?
And we're having patchy sunshine, May gray, June gloom, but patchy sunshine. And, weather on the coast is about 68 degrees. I go inland 18 miles or and it's, 20 degrees hotter. Yeah. So I get all climates within a day. It's kind of fun. It's very fun.
I bet it's gorgeous.
It is.
Good. Well, how may I help you this evening?
Julie, my low back is acting up in ways that have sometimes been, predictable, but at this time I did take a fall almost 10 days ago.
Okay.
And it's the same lockup that I've had before and then a little bit. So I just wondered if I the doctor had done an MRI, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, and they found arthritis. Of course, you already knew that was there. And then I had some other symptoms like slight incontinence, like showing up as if it's a UTI, but no other symptoms other than urgency, like no forewarning.
Wow.
And no forewarning, like, oh, I got to go, and I got to go now, and I sound like that commercial. And I'm racing to the bathroom, and, sometimes before I get there, fortunately, it's been at the end of a work day. So I'm terrified to drink water and stay hydrated while I'm out working.
Yeah.
And I'm concerned that is a part of the low back issue.
Okay.
All
right. Well,
I want to see if I did any further damage or what's going on.
Let me get you on my radar. Have you been to see anybody since you fell 10 days ago?
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Laser beam to get you on my radar. My tongue wasn't keeping up with my brain there for a moment. Heading to the West Coast to San Clemente. Okay, got you. Oh, yeah, you still got a lot of inflammation in your low back. So my guess is it's still hurting pretty good. All right, so what I'm watching, again, that red fog I was just talking about with Marianne, Linda, and so I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy, which is a royal blue color as I perceive it. And interestingly enough, a couple of months ago, I read an article about a German physician who uses color therapy to help heal patients. And he started this decades ago, primarily using this with burn patients. And the color frequency that heals inflammation the most and the best and the quickest is royal blue. And I thought, well, I've been seeing royal blue energy for 25 years as anti-inflammatory energy. And so that was some validation for what I see. And I love it when that happens, when science catches up with all this stuff. Like, okay, maybe I'm really not as nuts as I think I am at times. All right. Royal blue energy on it. Okay. So I think you need to go see somebody, preferably a chiropractor. I think you got a little bit of a disc thing going on in the back. What I'm watching happen is I'm watching a healing, Linda, and I'm watching that disc get put back in onto the vertebrae. It's on the lower right side. Is your right side more, it's more painful than the left?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So when I see a bulging disc, what I watch when I watch a healing on it is it gets pushed back in, and there's this little fine netting material that gets put between the vertebrae to hold the disc in place. Does that make sense? This really fine netting material, kind of like a fish net, but really teeny little holes in it. And to hold that in place. Okay, now I'm watching a kind of an ace bandage type thing get wrapped around your middle where that disc is. Do you have a back brace, one of those neoprene braces that you can put on that you can wear, even if you wear it?
Yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think you can get them in the store. And what it reminds me of is these waist cincher things that you see movie stars wear. Like I know the Kardashians are real into that. I've seen it online, like on Facebook and
corsets.
stuff. And they're like old corsets. I agree. Exactly. So if you can get some kind of a support there, I do think you need to be adjusted. I do think your disc will stay in place after what I just saw. So let me ask real fast, are the back issues causing her bladder issues? I'm getting a no. All right, let me go in while I've got you on my radar and check your bladder. You're full of yeast, girl. And that's one of the symptoms of yeast, candida yeast. So Google candida yeast.
Darn it.
If you can, pay attention to your diet. The easiest way to do it is eat what God made, stay away from stuff that man made. It's the easiest way to put it. Never put water in your lemon. Stay away from alcoholic beverages, at least till you get this cleared up. And you're going to see that that's going to completely go away. All right.
You said never put water in my lemon. Do you mean lemon water?
Never put lemon in your water. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because, Linda, the slices of lemons are full of yeast. So when you put that in your water, you're drinking a yeast cocktail.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So if you want lemon in your water, cut a lemon and squeeze the juice in and drink it right away. But don't ever, like in restaurants, you know how they're always putting slices of lemon in water? I send mine back because I'll ask them. I'll say, please, I'd like a glass of water and no lemon. And sometimes there's a bus person or an assistant waiter that's bringing glasses out, and I'll send it back and I'll tell them, I need one without any lemon. So pay attention to that. Any kind of leftovers, Linda, freeze them. And what I do is I put them in Ziploc bags, and I'll lay them flat so they freeze flat, and then I write on what they are, and then I'll stack them in my freezer. And because leftovers, yeast starts growing on it immediately as soon as you put it in the fridge. Leave it overnight. But this will be easy for you to clear up. Just go to Google and type in candida yeast. That's what's going on. Okay. It's easy to fix.
Okay. So I didn't break my back. I was afraid I'd broken my back.
No, you got a disc thing going on. Okay. But I think if you can get some kind of a brace.
Yeah.
Something that, or even just wrap an ace bandage around your metal.
Until I go to Walmart, I'm going to wrap it with the ace bandage right now. Yeah, I have that.
Right. And it's going to give you more support. And I do think you need to see a chiropractor because you're twisted. You're a twisted system. And
I'm twisted.
They'll straighten you out, and that will just help your back heal better, faster.
I feel such relief.
More completely. Yeah. And that bladder thing's easy to fix. Okay?
Got it. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks for calling in. You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
You know it.
All righty. Let's see who's next. I believe it's Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Hi. No, I'm Sherry. Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, girl?
I'm good. I had talked to you a while back about my son who passed on August 1st, 2015, and I have gotten some great validation from him. I just wondered, I have purchased some, I don't know if I should say this. I've purchased some dinar, and I'm wanting to know if that is going to reevaluate like they say it's going to.
All right, so I'm going to act really stupid here. Dinar, is that a stock or a currency, or what is it?
Actually, it's a currency.
Okay, is it like Bitcoin? Is it one of the cryptocurrencies?
No, it is a currency that people have been buying for the past few years, and is from Iraq.
Okay.
And they're saying it's supposed to reevaluate, in which the Kuwaiti dinar did, and people made a lot of money on it, and a lot of people are buying it. So I'm wanting to know and they're saying it's supposed to come in right away, and I'm wanting to know if it will. Do you think?
First of all, where are you calling us from? Tell everybody where you're calling from.
Up Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, lovely area. Lovely area. When I was in high school, I had a bunch of friends in Columbus whose parents bought condos down there. This was in the 70s, Sherry. And they paid $40,000 and $50,000 for these 3- and 4-bedroom condos on Siesta Key.
And they're worth a lot of money now.
They're worth millions now. And so we just thought that was great that they had these condos down there, and their parents thought it was great. Back then, that was a lot of money, but nothing like what they're valued now. So, anyways, I just had to throw that in there. Bunch of Columbus, Ohio people down there. There were.
Nice people from Ohio. I sing professionally here downtown Sarasota, so I meet a lot of people from all over. But
big Columbus contingent. down there too. Okay, so first of all, the easiest way to do this to find out if it's in your best interest is to just ask, is it in my best interest to invest? Is it in my best interest at this moment in time to invest in dinar? Am I saying that right? In dinar. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when we ask that question?
Yes.
Is it in Sherry's best interest at this moment in time to invest in dinar?
Well, I already have, so
Okay.
I'm saying yes.
It's in Sherry's best interest to maintain her investment in dinar for, what, the next week? What do you get?
Year.
Okay, I got yes on a week. Is it in Sherry's best interest to continue her dinar investment for the next year? I'm getting both yes and no on that. So you know how to do this. If you're playing in the market, are you buying stock, like through a stockbroker with this stuff? How are you getting it?
No, I bought it at an actual currency exchange place.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you on that, because stock, you can put a stop loss, thing on that, and I'm not getting a clear read on that, but it doesn't feel good to me right now, Sherry, and I think some of that is just coming because of all the political unrest with the Iran nuclear deal being called off and sanctions probably going to be levied on them if they start ramping up the nuclear thing a lot. I just think you need to really pay attention to what's going on in geopolitics with that.
Yeah, and I am, and that's exactly why I wanted your opinion, because the information that I'm getting every day from educated sources is telling me exactly what's going on. But I just wanted to know your not just the intellectual part of it, but the spiritual part.
I'm not getting a conclusive read on it at the moment, and I believe that's because there's so much unrest from the geopolitical viewpoint. So what I would suggest is every day in your morning meditation or your morning prayers, or when you're driving to work or brushing your teeth or whatever, just start asking those questions. Is it in my best interest to be as specific as you can? The first thing that pops in your head, Sherry, is going to be your answer. If you think about it for more than a couple of seconds, that's going to be your brain answering you. But if an answer that comes in immediately is going to be divine guidance from your God, the universe, your spirit guides, the whole group. And then I just believe you can do that, and you can ask it throughout the day. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And you don't have to do it just on this. You can do it on anything. You can, whatever question you have, and you'll get divine guidance on it. So it comes in really handy. I've even used it for directions when my GPS is not working. And I don't know where I'm going. I'm like, okay, is it my best interest to go down this road or this road? And I use it too. Is it in my best interest to take the freeway or to take surface streets? And I get answers on that. So it really works great, and it goes with you wherever you are, and it's free. So pay attention to that. And then real quickly, you said you got some validation about your son. Can you share with us real quickly what that was? Or
Yeah, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was in a sound sleep, and all of a sudden, my phone, which was about 10 feet away from my bed, erupted into a casino sound. It was like casino chinging. You know how a casino does. It was like a chinging, and then this voice said, "Wow!" And all these people in the thing went, "Yay, yay, yay!" And that was it. And there was no other sound. And I thought my son was saying, "Hey, Mom, it's wow over here."
Oh, wonderful. I love that. Okay, well, wonderful. Well, pay attention to that stuff And you can talk to him the same way, like we just were talking about getting information. You talk to him in your head. The first thing that comes in your head is going to be him replying to you, whether it's a question or a statement or a thought or a whatever. And you're not going to hear it with your ears, Sherry. It's going to be telepathic. You're going to have the thought in your head, because that's how spirits communicate, is telepathically. All right.
I agree with that. And I bought your book, love it, and I wrote a review on Amazon. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Bless you, Julie, and thank you, my dear.
You are so welcome. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.
All righty. Let's see who's next. I believe it's Miss Sunny. Hi, Sunny.
Hello.
How are you? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Terrific. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Washington State, out by Mount Rainier.
Okay. Well, terrific. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. I have my property for sale, and I'm really wanting to move to California to be near the ocean.
Uh-huh.
My question is, a few years ago, I had an astrocartography map done for me, and it said that living under a Pluto line is not good for anybody, and Pluto runs along the west coast for me. I have that niggling in the back of my mind, even though it was years ago that I had that. So can you check in and see if it's a good place for me to move?
Sure. Just like what I was talking with Sherry about.
Yes, I was listening to that.
Yeah, I think we just asked the questions. But if you can paraphrase it, and if you can preface the question with, is it in my best interest to at this moment in time, or at this moment in time, is it in my best interest to? So let's do it together, and then we'll compare notes, okay? Is it in Sunny's best interest at this moment in time to sell her home in Washington and move to California? What's the first thing that pops in your head before you can even think about it?
Well, I definitely get a yes on selling my property. And I want to move so bad to California that I get a yes there too, but I'm not sure that's not me creating
I got a yes. Before the question was even out. So let's separate the question, because spirits are really literal. Sunny, they're crazy literal. So if we ask, at this moment in time, is it in Sunny's best interest to move to California? What's the first thing that pops in your head?
Well, it's yes for me again, but again, I
got a yes too. Too. Is it in Sunny's best interest at this moment in time to sell her home near Mount Rainier? What do you get?
Yes.
Yes. Yes for me too. So You're on point. You're doing it. You're already doing it. Just keep doing it. The more you do it, the more proficient you're going to be, the easier it's going to be, the more you're going to trust it. Use it on stuff, Sunny, that doesn't make a difference, really. Is it in my best interest to eat an apple or an orange for dessert? I mean, really, in the big scope of life, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference, but you're going to get an answer. And so play with it and use it on things that are not going to have a dramatic effect one way or the other on your life. And then the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the more you trust it, the more it's validated, then and use it on other things as well. Okay?
Awesome. All right.
I think you're on your way. Okay.
Sounds good to me. Okay, thank you.
Colin. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I believe our next caller is Marissa. Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Julie.
How are ya?
Good.
Good. Please tell everybody where you're calling us from.
Arizona.
Arizona. All right. Got a quick question for me?
Yes. I have a pug. His name is Angelo. He's supposed to be my service dog. He had a little bit of training, but now he's not into it. He just likes to be with my mom. So I don't know what I should do.
All right. So should we get Angelo on my radar and we'll have a little conversation with him?
Yes.
Yeah, I play Dr. Doolittle. I played like a female Dr. Doolittle in the movies. No, just kidding. But we talk to dogs or animal spirits just like we talk to human spirits. Telepathically, they'll talk to us. All right, laser beams coming out to you in Arizona, Marissa, and from you, I'm hooking into Angelo. I love his name. Angelo, what's up? I say, why are you not wanting to be a service dog? He says, it's too much work. It's too much work. What do you have him doing that's too much work?
He's supposed to go with me to the doctor's. He's supposed to sit on my lap so I can pet him when I have anxiety and when I have an asthma attack, and he's supposed to bring my inhaler to me.
Uh-huh. And he's not doing any of that, is he? Is he kind of lazy?
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of like a slug, is how he's showing himself to be, like a slug pug. How about that? A pug who's a slug. All right. So back to what we've just talked with Sherry and with Sunny about. Is it in Marissa's best interest to rely on Angelo to be her service dog? What's the first thing that pops in your head?
Yes.
I gotta know. Is it in Marissa's best interest to find another service dog?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a yes too. What kind of dog would be best? I get a mutt. A mutt. There you go.
A mutt?
A mutt. Like not a purebred, but a mutt dog. So I'm sure that do you pick out the dog first and then they get trained, or are they trained when you get them?
I pick out the dog and then I train him.
You train him?
Yes.
Okay, so Angela's telling me he flunked. He flunked the training. He just doesn't want to do it. He's just not interested. Just not interested. He wants to be a lounge lizard. He wants to just kind of lay around. Too much work. So I'm get a mutt at this time. Yeah. So where is it? One of the shelters? Is it in Marissa's best interest to find a dog at one of the shelters? I get it. No. I'm getting it's in your best interest to get a dog that's kind of like an old puppy.
Old puppy?
Old puppy. Not one that's grown all the way, but one that's still trainable.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but that's what I'm getting.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, good luck with Angelo.
Thank
or your new dog. Okay. Take care. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, my gosh. A lazy pug. A pug that's a slug. How funny is that? We do this show, everybody, on Thursdays. We tape it on Thursdays at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677# or hashtag. You can find this information a multitude of places. On my site, AskJulieRyan.com, if you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll see it. Anywhere you download podcasts, whether that be iTunes or Stitcher or iHeart or Google Play or any one of, I think we're on about 40 different networks. It's in the show notes. Also on YouTube, it's in the show notes. It's all listed under Ask Julie Ryan, and you'll find it. When you're on my website, sign up for my blog, and that comes out weekly, usually on Thursday mornings, and it's a question somebody has submitted online. And you'll see right next to that area where you sign up, you just put your first name and your email in there. Right next to that area, you can submit a question online as well, and it might be chosen to be answered on the air. And when you're on my site, schedule an appointment. And then we'll have a whole hour to do a deep dive and talk about whatever you want to chat about. We can do medical scans, pet scans, past life stuff. What else? Talk to spirit guides. I can tell you how close someone is to dying if you have a loved one that seems like they're dying, and all of the above. It makes it for a really interesting time, and it's usually a lot of fun, too, because we laugh a lot with some of the stuff that comes up. I always say, I can't make this stuff up. So speaking of questions that were submitted online, this is one that comes from Deborah, and Deborah lives in Mountain Brook, Alabama. And she said, "Hi, Julie. We spoke in March of 17 regarding my new home construction in Atlanta, and as part of our conversation, you referred me to your feng shui expert. Feng shui is a very ancient study of energy and how it works. And it's primarily used in the Far East. So in the Asian countries, I know in a lot of the Asian countries, they won't build a building unless they have a feng shui expert involved with where it's placed, how it's placed, what direction it faces, all of that. She went on to say, I did make your and her suggested changes, and the house should be completed late this year. Today, I'm writing concerning the recent exorbitant number of items requiring repair in my current home. They include the refrigerator and freezer, separate ice machine, disposal, hot water dispenser at sink, cold water dispenser at my coffee bar, pantry door jam light mechanism, Lutron-controlled kitchen overhead light. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds fancy. That will not turn off. So her overhead kitchen light won't turn off. The food processor motor died, and these are just in the kitchen of my current home. Completely renovated 13 years ago and not yet listed for sale. Okay, I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous, all this stuff going bad. I'm sure it's not funny to her, but I'm like, holy moly. Okay, she continued with other things in other rooms are in need of repair. Virtually everything involved is either mechanical or electrical. Additionally, there's been a recent increase in paranormal activity on my rear patio. Something is wrong! Exclamation point. Can you please scan my current home and tell me if I'm doing anything to create these issues? Thanks. So here's my response. Hi, Deborah. Wow, just hearing about all of your house problems makes my head spin, so I can only imagine how frustrated you must be feeling. In order to get some information from you, I first energetically connected to you and then through you to your home. The following is a combination of what I saw, along with any meanings associated with each item as I scanned your home. All descriptions are based on the vantage point of facing the front of your house. And here's what I came up with and what I saw when I was scanning Deborah's house. Number one, there were two hobo spirits. Now, a hobo, for those of you that are young enough that you don't know that word, it's like a homeless person. And hobos during the Depression in 1929 and the early 30s, they would walk around. They were homeless, usually men, and they would put their possessions in a cloth like a bandana, and they would tie it to the end of a stick, and a lot of them would ride the train from city to city looking for work. So that's what these guys look like. They look like homeless hobo people, men, from the 1930s during the Depression. So they were sitting at a campfire in the left side of your attic. Now, this is all energetic. These are spirits, but I could see them like they were sitting at a campfire. It was bizarre. These spirits represent the energy of people taking advantage of your generosity, especially financial. So I remember my Meemaw in Columbus I heard stories about this all my life growing up, that these hobos would come to her back door and knock on the door, and she would feed them. She would let them sit on her back porch, and she would feed them because these were homeless guys with no money. And I think a lot of people did that during that time. Everybody kind of pitched in and pitched together because it was so awful for people that were out of work. All right, next one. On the right side of your attic, I saw two little girls wearing early 20th century party dresses with big bows in their hair, and they were having a tea party. They told me their names were Sally and Lucy. They looked like they were maybe 5 or 6 when I saw them, and they were all dolled up. They had the stockings on and the old-fashioned shoes, and I went on to say Sally was holding a baby doll with a porcelain face. I thought it was interesting to note I got Sally was spelled with an I-E instead of a Y, and the doll was in fact representative of porcelain face dolls from that era. I think people that were wealthy, those were the kind of dolls their kids had. They had these china faces and china heads a lot of the time. There was lots of water energy flowing from the kitchen window above the stove on the left side of your house through the main level and out through the bathroom window on the right side of your house. It looked like medium-strength rapids in a river. I believe this frenetic energy is causing your water, plumbing, electrical, mechanical malfunctions. I also got this phenomenon signifies you may be feeling like you're drowning from all the responsibilities and commitments in your life. So she's got all this stuff going wrong in the house she currently lives in. She's building a house in Atlanta, which is a couple of hours away, so I'm sure she's feeling overwhelmed. Next point, your maternal grandparents' spirits were in the kitchen. Your grandmother was standing at the stove, and your grandfather was sitting at an island. Your mother's spirit was near the vanity in your master bath, and your father's spirit was in the laundry room adjacent to your master bathroom. She's a smart woman. In her house, she's got her laundry room. As I was scanning it, I could see this in her master bathroom area. So she didn't have to take the clothes very far to wash them. Okay, a woman's spirit was sitting at a desk in your bedroom. She appeared to be in her 60s and told me her name was Clara. Although deceased loved ones are often around us, that means I got the information. Your family members were there to offer support and were seen in locations that correlated with specific home or life issues. Lastly, there was what looked like a Great Gatsby era, I would say 1922 to 1925, party in your backyard. There were many spirits in black tie attire at what looked like an elaborate celebration. I got this scene represented how you are a gracious hostess who gives fabulous parties. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Great Gatsby and you'll see how these people in New England had these huge mansions and they would have these parties that would have hundreds of people and they were all in formal attire, black tie, and it was just really opulent, these parties. So that's what was going on in Deborah's backyard, energetically, spiritually. Having said all that, two things come to mind. First, please schedule a private session with me so we can clear the energy from any of the above elements you wish. And second, I suggest consulting my feng shui expert, and her name is Mary Swick, S-W-I-C-K. You can get her information, everybody, at maryswick.com. for physical remedies to help alleviate unwanted energies from your home. I truly believe the combination of these energetic solutions will remediate your current home challenges and help prevent future issues from occurring. Thanks for your question and good luck with your move to Atlanta. So, as luck would have it, sometimes when I post these blogs, the person who has submitted the question will make a comment, and that's, in fact, what happened today. So this came in from Deborah today, and you can read all of this on my site, AskJulieRyan.com. And she said, Julie, thank you so, with about 5 O's, thank you so for your readings regarding my question. You are right on target with the issues. I will try to address each of your observations. Hobos in the left attic. Yes, I have been bombarded with special requests from not only organizations, but also from family needing assistance. Primarily, the assistance is verbal rather than financial. But an interesting side note, there was a squatter, and she put in parentheses a hobo, living on my property in Atlanta. So she's got hobos in her attic here in Alabama, and she's got a hobo living in her new property in Atlanta. So that's not a coincidence. That's just too weird from a spirit standpoint. Regarding Sally and Lucy, Sally is my paternal great-grandmother who passed away before my birth, and she did spell her name with an I-E. I have been told that she was the sweetest lady and absolutely loved her daughter and my parents. Lucy is Sally's cousin by marriage. I do hope they will always stay near me as I need their love and support. So that was the two little girls, turn of the 20th century dress, having a tea party in her attic on the right side. Water energy from the kitchen, I will contact our feng shui consultant. Maternal grandparents in my kitchen, I absolutely believe they are here. My grandmother was an amazing chef, and my granddaddy was an excellent farmer. As a child, I spent every Sunday afternoon at their home with family and the most delicious foods. As an adult, I would compare grandmother's Sunday lunch to the finest Ritz-Carlton Sunday buffet. Mother's spirit in my master bath. I'm not sure why she's there, but my father in the laundry room is totally understandable because the ceiling light fixture isn't working and the dryer is on the blink, among other broken items in my home, ... Aunt Clara in my bedroom. She is my father's aunt who was incredibly kind to our family. She sent me the most beautiful blue willow china tea set when I was a little girl. I still treasure the remaining pieces. So again, that's a correlation, you guys. Her great-grandmother and her great-grandmother's cousin are having a tea party in Deborah's attic, their spirits, and Deborah's talking about the tea set that this Aunt Clara, whose spirits in her bedroom, sent her as a child. Again, you can't make this stuff up. She said, I still treasure the remaining pieces. I plan to replace the broken pieces and have tea with my granddaughters. Aunt Clara was actually very close to my older sister, who was post-op recouping at my house during the time some of these issues arose. Maybe my sister being at home made Aunt Clara come. Regarding the Great Gatsby group, well, they are correct, as I have hosted many functions at this house and have enjoyed every one, and I believe my guests have also enjoyed the parties. Julie, do you think they'll follow me to Atlanta? I do plan to host functions there for my family and friends. My 2 daughters and their families will be a huge part of my entertaining life. Thank you for making sense of these issues. I will contact you and our feng shui consultant shortly. I remain appreciative. Deborah. I know that's a lot that I just read, everybody, but I thought that was just so extraordinary, especially her validating who all these people were, that I was getting these names, that I just thought it was remarkable and wanted to share it with you. All right, let's go back to the phones, and I believe our next caller is Stacy. Hi, Stacy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Where are you calling from?
From Santa Rosa, California.
All right. Terrific. You got a quick question for me?
Sure. So I actually sent you an email earlier, and you gave me the idea to call right now. So
okay.
Basically the gist is that I've had a really rough few years, and I was in a car accident. I had I was hit by a truck, and after my daughter was born, I had anxiety, and my husband works a lot, and I just haven't been able to lose these extra pounds, and I feel like it's like not me, and I feel like there's some guidance that my spirit guides are trying to give me, but I'm not I'm not really sure I'm able to figure out what it is. So I just wanted to, if you could help me get their guidance.
Sure, absolutely. All right, so let's again ask these questions like we were doing with Sunny and Sherry and Marissa earlier. And I think the questions are, what's in Stacy's best interest to help her lose weight and reduce stress, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2 things that came in were yoga and bulletproof. Let me translate for you. You know what yoga is. I started doing yoga, Stacy, 3 times a week, and let me tell you, the one I go to is not for sissies. It's a workout.
Okay.
So, do you do yoga now?
I'm not as much as I used to. I actually really like yoga, but I have little ones, so I just haven't had the chance to take my time doing that. But I have started working out since my accident, just more recently, and have been kind of putting in more yoga again. So
I'm getting do it at night when your baby's asleep. Do it at night. It's going to help you relax. You can do a tape, or you can find one on YouTube or something like that. You don't even have to go anywhere. But I'm getting yoga for you. I've gotten it about 4 times since I got you on the line. The other one is Bulletproof. Bulletproof.com. If you go to that /diet, You can download a food chart. It's free to download it. Eat what's on it. And basically, it's what I talked to Linda, our caller, earlier about. If God made it, eat it. If man made it, don't. It's as simple as that. Okay? And then that's going to help your body heal. But the yoga is a really big thing for you, yoga. It's going to help your stress level. It's going to help your body heal. It's going to get all the energy flowing in your body. And it's just going to make you feel better.
Okay.
So I hope that helps. Okay.
That definitely does.
All righty. Well, thanks for calling.
Awesome. Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's see. Our next caller, I believe, is Jillian. Hi, Jillian.
Oh, hi. Hi, Julie. So good to hear from you.
Good to hear you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the show tonight. It's been very entertaining.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm in Atlanta.
Okay. Terrific. Yeah. Well, you got a quick question for me?
Yeah, I'm calling about my husband. He's had back pain for years and years. We've been married 35 years, and ever since I've known him, we've had back pain. But it's gotten a lot worse lately. And he's had a lot of the injections and a few things. And but at any rate, I was wondering if you could take a look at him and scan him.
Sure.
I told him about this, and he said he was going to give permission, so hopefully he will.
Well, good. All right, tell me his name.
His name is Randy.
Randy. All right. So I'm going to connect to you, and then I'm going to connect to Randy from you.
Okay.
Mr. Beams, heading to Atlanta from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading east, almost directly east. Okay, got you. Got Randy. Okay, Randy, I'm with your wife. She wants me to scan. He's saying, okay, good job prepping him on that. All right, so he's been turned around. I'm looking at him from behind. Okay, I'm seeing the worst of it is up around where his waist is on the left side is where I'm seeing it. It looks like a disc issue, like what I talked to Linda about earlier. So I'm watching the vertebrae get propped up. They get expanded where the disc is bulging. The disc is going back in. I watch, as you heard with Linda, there's this really fine netting that holds it in place. And now I'm watching again a kind of a brace thing. And a brace like those stretchy braces that you can get in the drugstore. Jillian, not like a brace with spines, plastic spines and stuff in it. I think that will help him more than anything. I think he needs to wear that brace because he just needs extra stability while that disc heals.
Okay.
While that heals in there. I'm not seeing a little bit out of whack. Lower back. Has he ever been to a chiropractor?
Yes, he's been chiropractor, pain management. Yeah.
So I'm watching him get an adjustment in his lower back.
Oh, yay.
So I think if you can get him to go back to a chiropractor, I think that can help.
Okay, great. Another thing real quick, and it has to do with his back, and it was funny because it came up a little bit earlier, similar thing, was he's had a lot of bladder issues, and he has had like every test in the book, every medication, and they've never been able to come up with a diagnosis. I've always wondered if it was related to his back, but
let me turn him around. I'm turning him around. It looks to me like he's got an enlarged prostate. Has he been told that by a urologist by any chance?
Yeah, I mean, he's told that he had that. He's 62, so he's of that age, I guess. But they said that it was not large enough to be causing the symptoms that he's having.
No, well, it's enlarged. So what I'm watching it happen is I'm watching it go back down to size. There's a healing that I'm watching on it, and it's like, you know, those blue ice packs that you can refreeze. I'm watching his prostate get wrapped in one of those, which to a guy that would just make him cringe. It would be like, you know, they get real desperate about those parts down there. And
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
You know, if you told him there was an ice pack going on that part of his anatomy, he'd probably just be mortified.
Yeah.
But I'm watching him shrink. What can he do to help? Okay, well, I just report what I get. Jillian, vitamin C and zinc. And I had mentioned that before, I believe, to Marianne, our first caller. Ester C, 1,000 milligrams, 50 milligrams of zinc. Take them together. The reason why I like the Ester C is because it's buffered, and it's not going to cause problems with too much acid. The regular vitamins sometimes will upset people's stomachs, and I really like the Ester C for that reason.
Yes, I've used that before. Yes.
Okay. I would give that to him. I'm getting twice a day.
Okay.
I just got twice a day with meals.
Okay, with meals.
Okay. So maybe in the morning and then at dinner time.
Okay.
And that stuff is just amazing. It heals. It just heals everything.
That's great. I know. I've tried to get my whole family to take some Ester C all through the wintertime, especially when everybody was sick. And I was the only one. Like, I've been blessed with a great immune system. I, never get sick. But everybody around me gets sick.
Yeah, me too. I never get sick either. I take that stuff every day. Every day. And if I feel something coming on, I ramp it up to 3 times a day, and it goes away. It just, it never,
I do that, and I make sure I make sure I get my naps in.
There you go.
And then I don't get sick.
Yeah. I think that's what's going with Randy. See if you can get him a brace that he can wear that'll just make that bottom part of his back feel like it's more supported, and see if that helps.
That's awesome. Julie, I can't thank you enough. You're amazing.
You are so welcome. Thanks for calling in. Take care.
Absolutely. Okay.
Bye-bye. All right. With that, we are out of time, everybody. So those of you that I didn't get to, please call in next week, and I'll take you first. And to everybody who's listening, thanks so much for joining us this week. To everybody who called in, great questions. Thanks for taking the time to share your lives with me and with everybody listening. And by the way, my book, Angelic Attendance, is now available in audiobook form. So if you go to any one of the sites, Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, any one of those, you can see it. It's available in paperback, in ebook, and now in audiobook. And the audiobook lasts about 4 hours, so you can listen to it in the car. And then the graphics that are talked about in the book you can see online on my site at AskJulieRyan.com. With that, everybody, have a great weekend and enjoy the wedding on Saturday, and we'll talk about it next week. Take care, everybody. Bye now.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.